Freddie Crane and his friend Eve have a compelling relationship in the reboot of Frasier, but they shouldn't be Niles and Daphne's replacement. As Eve struggles to raise her child following the death of her husband, Adam, she and Freddie have conveyed their unbreakable bond as they lean on each other for support in this dark phase of their lives. This dynamic has made them some of the most entertaining characters in the Frasier reboot. Freddie and Eve may seem destined for a romantic relationship. However, their recent adventures together, particularly in Frasier Season 2, show they are far better off as friends, at least for now. Though 2023's Frasier reboot likely won't feature a couple as electric as Niles and Daphne, Freddie falling in love with another character may be what the series needs to reinvigorate the franchise. Freddie and Eve developing a romance in Frasier risks hurting their story now. Adam's death still hangs over Freddie and Eve and their possible romance. Freddie, Jack Cutmore-Scott, and Eve, Jess Salgueiro, looking puzzled in Frasier, 2023, Season 2 Episode 4 image via Paramount+. Season 2, Episode 4 of Frasier presented Freddie and Eve in a heartwarming moment, as they found solace together as they continued to cope with their grief and loss on the first anniversary of Adam's death. This episode shows how special a bond Freddie and Eve share as they push each other to get rid of Adam's belongings that they don't need. These longtime friends prove they don't need to share a romantic relationship to be such a close and intriguing duo. Freddie and Eve pursuing a romance now is still so soon after Adam's death, and that wouldn't sit right with their characters. The two of them still have so much grief that they need to work out following their shared loss. Their characters have shown that they still need to heal and grow beyond Adam's death before they try to date each other, or else this decision could come across as a forced and unfulfilling narrative choice. How likely is a romance between Freddie and Eve? Freddie and Eve could be a couple only if it's natural. Freddie, Jack Cutmore-Scott, and Eve, Jess Salgueiro, hatching a plan in Frasier, 2023, Season 2 Episode 6 image via Paramount+. Just because two characters are constantly with each other in a sitcom, that doesn't mean they are meant to be together romantically. Frasier and Roz are prime examples of this, as these longtime co-workers have circled a possible romance for years, most recently during Roz's return in Frasier Season 2. But never pursued it. Should a romance develop between Freddie and Eve, they would likely have to come to terms with their respective loss of Adam first. Since Freddie was Adam's friend and Eve was his wife, guilt may arise between them if they consider dating now that Adam has passed. The pair may have to overcome these feelings and put their lives back together before they feel comfortable dating, which could take some more time. Frasier does need a romance, just not Freddie and Eve. Another romance could be what Frasier needs to succeed. The will they won't they romance has been a sitcom staple for decades, as audiences keep tuning in to see what will become of a show's star-crossed lovers. The growing romance between Niles and Daphne in Frasier has been one of the show's greatest assets for at least 7 seasons until the pair finally became a couple. It's unrealistic for the reboot to try to copy that same dynamic, and any attempts to do so through the reboot's new characters could only harm its image even more. Nevertheless, Freddie and the show may need this kind of romance to put them both on the right path. For now, it seems Freddie would be better off dating someone other than Eve, as that could better help him move on from his grief. Olivia has already displayed her romantic feelings towards him, but her obvious attraction only made the latter uncomfortable around her. This makes it unlikely that Freddie will reciprocate her feelings anytime soon. On the other hand, Roz's daughter Alice displayed a romantic interest in Freddie during Frasier Season 2, Episode 6. While Freddie showed no interest in dating Alice, things could change in the future. Should the series continue beyond Season 2, the writers could expand on Alice and Freddie's relationship, which could present the romance that the show sorely needs. At the end of the day, Freddie and Eve have established themselves as friends they can rely on in their darkest hour. Since they are both still dealing with Adam's death, it will likely be a while before either of them considers becoming a romantic couple. It may be wise not to ship these two too soon, but Freddie finding a significant other could be what his character needs and for Frasier to garner more hype.